Hi, I'm Don at DJ Recruit. I'm excited to share with you 3 tips about headhunting and cold calling today. Obviously, we're headed into the second half of the year. We're already knee deep in Q3. And I would always say Q3, Q4 are my busiest quarters. It's because I spent my whole year building up my network, rehashing relationships, connecting with people, building it all up for this moment, right? Q3, Q4 is the time to monetize, maximize, and capitalize on all the relationships we built earlier in the year. Therefore, this is your time to really get going and make up for the lost time that we had due to COVID in March and April. So right now, the top thing to keep in mind is that there's still a lot of business out there. If you have limiting beliefs around Q3, Q4 being busy months, of course, there's so many incorrect assumptions like, oh, companies are going to stop hiring like it's college admissions day or something. Companies are not like colleges. They hire all the time because retention issues happen all the time. So limiting beliefs need to go out the window when you're going about your recruitment day-to-day business. Because if you don't limit the limiting beliefs, it will actually seep into your day-to-day activities so that you're almost like, why do this in the first place, right? If you have all these limiting beliefs, you won't even do the work you need to do because you fundamentally don't believe that it's going to happen. So before we get into the tips, definitely get your mindset straight in the sense that we are all set. We're moving into a busy quarter. There's a lot of business to be had out there. All you have to do is unlock it. So with that being said, let's go into the 3 tips. The first tip, first and foremost, is nonstop communication, nonstop aggressive, just follow up and persistence when it comes to getting after clients. When I see job boards that have postings, I would add it to what I call my D job list, right? D job is, I have A, B, C, D job. A D job is a job that is existing. And that's about it. I just know it exists. That's all I know. It's better than a non-existent job where I don't even know they're hiring, right? A D job is a job that I've identified 100% is still hiring. Now, a C job is a job that now I get to work on. The client has signed my terms. However, I would deem it a C job because I'm not exclusive, right? A B job is a job where I am actually exclusive and they're happy to use me. And that a B job is a job that they sign me up on. We're signed up on terms and I have interview slots. So that's a B job. An A job is a job that I absolutely have exclusivity over. And obviously anything above that would be like a retained search, right? So right now I'm talking about D jobs, jobs that you know exist, that maybe a candidate told you about, that maybe you identified on your own, or that you heard through the grapevine from someone, or that you heard from the manager themselves 6 months ago saying that they may hire for this job in the fall. So that's all a D job. So when I know of D jobs that exist, I do not let up. Like I will call that hiring manager 10 times a day if necessary. And I would do this all the time. Like if I see a job that's posted, obviously in my current role, I don't have to sell because we have a really busy book and our clients come to us. But in my old job, if I was working any regular technical market, like 99% of recruiters out there, except the rec directs that do what we do, I would say 100% chase down the hiring manager. Like, what's it called? A bat on fire or something, right? Like your head is on fire. Like do not let up until you break through, until you engage the hiring manager in conversations, in discussions, in meaningful, connection, that they remember you, that they're like, okay, no matter what, they're annoying, but at least I know who they are. Right? At the very least, they know who I am because we're in the business of sales. I actually don't care what they think of me. I don't care if they like hearing from me. I don't care if they really need this job to be filled or not. I don't actually care. Like my job is to get after work and to call people and to get engaged and make an impact and make myself known and set myself up, set myself differently from the pack of recruiters out there calling people all day. Right? So again, number 1 is consistent, unrelenting, just going after these hiring managers as hard as you can, as many times necessary per day until you get them on the line. Number 2, when it comes to headhunting, make sure that you tailor your pitch to the headhunted candidate. So a lot of people don't even headhunt, which is ridiculous. You need to headhunt because, especially if you're in direct hire, 99% of my tutorials are related to direct hire because that's all I do, right? So direct hire, you've got to be calling these people and, again, making yourself known so that they recognize that you're not just a random recruiter with a basic pitch, right? That they can actually hear your voice and understand your personality. But then you get them to engage and remember you, and that you can start a relationship with a headhunted candidate. So if you don't headhunt, you got to learn how to start headhunting. That means reaching out to passive candidates and building up that passive candidate pipeline. Because if you really want to do lots of deals, you can't do it off of the people that are all over the job boards that you have a very slim chance of closing, right? If you're in a niche sector, which I hope you are, like, please specialize. And that's point number 3. But let's talk about point number 2. Let's finish it out. You need to be sure to make yourself an expert so that people will come to you. So that you don't have to start every search from scratch. So that you don't have to reinvent yourself every time you get a rec, right? The whole point is to be the well-known expert so that people send you their referrals, so that you're talking to, people who can refer you to other people, that you can get in touch with candidates that recognize you for a special skill set because you're putting out content about a special skill set, all that good stuff. Like, the whole point is to make friends with a passive candidate network. So if you don't headhunt, learn how to headhunt. If you're already headhunting, fantastic. Make sure you get really, really good at it and tailor your pitch to the headhunted candidate. Hey, I see that you've been working at the same company for 4 years, at specific company X, right? I see you've been working at Google for the last 4 years. I'm impressed that you were able to progress into a principal engineer so quickly. I would love to understand more what's happening in your life in New York, obviously with COVID raging. How are things going? Make sure you customize it. Don't be like, I saw that you have an impressive profile. I thought I'd give you a call and we just network. Wrong. You didn't customize. You didn't build rapport. You didn't do any of that. The last tip that I had was specialization. In today's marketplace, if you're a headhunter with no specialism, you might as well just not even work this job. You might as well just go straight into HR. Because if you're just a generalist, trust me, you're going to lose 99% of the battles you're going to fight because somebody else is going to come along and work your candidate market so well that you have no room to stand on, no leg to stand on because everybody's ahead of you. Everybody's so much more niche and specialized today. And again, with automation and AI coming up, you don't want to be stuck doing low-level jobs that have no specialism, no nicheness, no importance, because that is exactly how you are going to get replaced by a machine. You've got to be an expert in specific markets that are really hard to crack. So with these 3 tips, I hope you take the time in your downtime as you're building your pipeline, as you're rebuilding your business, to truly, truly, truly take stock of what you're doing and get ahead of the game.